Bev, I would love to get your perspective. You've been working in the culture space, in organizational change, and with leaders for such a long time. No doubt you've seen leaders go through big inflection points of change. So I'd love to know from your perspective, what's different this time? What are people needing and doing that's new and interesting and different? And hear your perspective.
I'm looking at, and I see it is 10:50. I probably have like 5 minutes to say something. First of all, I want to comment about the years we have together of having a being in this field. Many of us, it's me included, it's decades. And are we using the decades of our experience to think together? That's why I love the coming together, Catherine, that you started. And, in my work, if anything, in all my work, I try to be practical and deceptively simple. And one common denominator that I heard across everybody is checking in, helping managers check in with their direct reports. And what I want to say is many don't know how. Give them a gene to explore or an equation to explore, and they know how to talk about it. Give them a human being in pain at the other end, and they don't. So are we helping them with the questions to ask and the words to use and how to listen? Because Carol, you talked about meeting people where they are and how to touch them. And Maureen talked about keeping them connected. And Tanum, I love that you said people are feeling, I don't know what to say, I'm uncomfortable and I'm paralyzed. And take a technical leader and tell them to help this person who is feeling uncomfortable and paralyzed, and they go, blah, I don't know. So we have to give them the questions to ask. And Jason, you talked about walking alongside our customers. I think that leaders need help walking alongside all of their direct reports, and leaders need help in the leading of that. So more with each other. And Maya, the words empathy and compassion, boy, are we using those all over the place. How do we train for empathy? Of a person, my husband's a rocket scientist, MIT, PhD. I'm celebrating 47 years of being married to him next week. And I'm telling you, the word empathy is like, what? He's so smart. But that human piece, we have to teach and make it easy. So yes, raising the human antennae. And Brent, maybe we have to have an accountability. We just can't say, connect with your people. We have to hold them accountable. Are you connecting? And in what ways? What was the best question you asked that got you into the juice of where someone was? Like I try to teach people to listen for the blinking word. Like out of our mouths comes a cartoon, that cartoon thing, and in it are words. If we can get managers to ask about one of those words and go deeper with it, maybe that's part of, what we have to do. And Ingrid, you made me think about your message, take action to heart. You know, how are your leaders and your individual contributors taking actions to heart for each other and themselves? And you made me remember the word onboarding, and now I think it's reboarding. So I am doing some work on how do you bring remote people back, and 10:55, and how do you um, people are thinking, where will I sit and where will I fit? And that's where the career piece of my work, I think, comes in. How do we help the organization, the manager, the individual answer those questions? Where will I fit now? So I think we have a lot of work to do, and it's people like us with years of wisdom that maybe it's these conversations, and thank you, Catherine, for making this happen. It's these conversations we need to keep happening. And I know Catherine has some things I sent her recently that are for distribution. Use it however. One is a what's your return policy article, and what's from Love 'em. Those of you who know the book Love 'em or Lose 'em. We just wrote the 6th edition, and we're showing the connect between engagement and inclusion. And boy, is there a wraparound. So I wrote out 26 ways for a manager to ask one question of an individual, 26 choices to get them talking about themselves. So it is now 10:56. Over to you, Layla.
Great. Thank you so much, Bev. And thank you for sharing the resources and the work that you and your team have done with this group. I would like to just thank all of you for being here today, for sharing what's going on in your organization, sharing how you as leaders of these teams and organizations have been learning and adapting and addressing. I think it's so powerful. These lessons are going to be really meaningful to everyone. So thanks for being here today.